Hey, what are you doing? Your car is not at 20%.
I know, but I'm charging up to 80% so it'll be ready for work tomorrow.
Don't you know about the 80-20 rule?
Of course I do.
Then tell me why you're plugging in at 43%. You're not down to 20%.
Okay, are you some sort of social media troll or something? Because you sure do sound like one. And that right there, that's the problem we need to talk about today. Join me for this EV adventure, will you? A recent email from a viewer highlighted a massive misconception costing people their EVs, literally. He shared a Reddit thread where hundreds of people were genuinely confused about the 80-20 rule, believing they had to charge to 80% and then wait until 20% before charging again. Worse yet, his niece actually gave up her EV and convinced her family not to buy one at all due to this misunderstanding. She thought she couldn't charge again until she hit 20%, which didn't fit her commute, wouldn't fit anybody's commute, to be honest. This turns EV ownership into a weird waiting game. This confusion, not the fossil fuel industry, is spreading FUD. So let's clear it up. Let me show you how widespread this confusion actually is. Here is a Kia EV6 owner on the Kia EV forums.
I've had my EV6 for 3 weeks. Is there an optimal level that I should try to let my battery drop to before I charge it? If I'm only using 10 to 20% of the battery every day, should I go a few days without charging at all, letting the battery drop down to 20 or 30% before I charge it up to 80% again?
You see what's happening here? They think there's some magic rule about when you're allowed to plug in. And here's a Chevy Bolt owner.
So I've heard, is there an optimal level that I should try to let my battery drop to before I charge it?
That's the same confusion, but with a different car. Same question. These aren't trolls. These aren't people trying to spread misinformation. These are genuine EV owners trying to do the right thing for their batteries, and they're tying themselves in knots because nobody explained this properly. If this is already clearing things up and you're ready to ditch that charging anxiety, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're all about making EV life simpler and more enjoyable here at Jim's EV Adventures. Let's look at what the 80-20 rule actually means. Here's the truth. It's simple. It's straightforward. And once you hear it, you're going to wonder how anyone could get it wrong. The 80-20 rule means keep your battery between 20 and 80%. That's it. That's the whole rule. Done. It does not mean charge to 80% and then wait until 20% to charge again. It does not mean only plug in when you hit exactly 20%. It doesn't mean count how many times you've charged. It doesn't mean feeling guilty about plugging in at 43% or 67% or any other number between 20 and 80. Think of it like the temperature in your house. If someone tells you to keep your house between 68 and 72 degrees, you don't wait for it to hit 68 before turning on the heat. You keep it in that range. Same concept. The 80-20 rule is a window, not a cycle. Understanding the why helps. Lithium-ion batteries in your EV last longest when you avoid the extremes. Regularly charging to 100% or letting it drop to near zero stresses the battery, wearing it out faster. I've got a few videos on that, and there'll be links in the description below. The 20 to 80% range is the sweet spot. It's like Parking cars in a parking lot. When it's empty, you zip right in, but as it fills up, the last few drivers have to circle slowly, looking for spots. Now, your battery does the same thing with electrons. So, how should you charge your EV in real life? Here's the simple answer. Plug it in whenever it's convenient. If you are out and you find a free charger, plug in. Remember, A, B, C. Always be charging. Seriously, that's the answer. If you get home from work and your battery's at 65%, plug it in. Set your charge limit to 80 and let it top up overnight. You'll wake up with 80%, you're good to go. If you only drove 15 miles today and you're at 73%, you can still plug in. It'll charge to 80% and stop. No harm done. If you're at 45% and you've got errands to do tomorrow, plug it in. Charge to 80, done. The key insight that people miss is this. Many small charges are actually better for your battery than waiting for those big cycle charges. One of the forum responses I found put it perfectly. Don't wait to charge your car. Many short charges are preferable to fewer big charges. Your EV is not a gas car. You don't need to wait until the tank is almost empty to fill it up. In fact, with an EV, the opposite is true. Frequent top-ups within that 20 to 80% range are ideal. Now, there are times when you need to break the rule. Doesn't mean you should never charge to 100%. If you're taking a road trip, charge to 100%. You need the range. If you're going on vacation and your car will sit for a while, charge it to around 50% and leave it there. If you've got a long day of driving ahead and you need every mile, charge to 100%. The rule isn't about perfection, it's about daily habits. For your regular routine, commuting, errands, and normal driving, stay between 20 and 80%. For special situations, do what you need to do. Your car will be fine. While the 80-20 rule is excellent for most EVs, there is an important exception: lithium iron phosphate batteries. These batteries, found in some newer EV models, have a different chemistry that benefits from regular full cycles. Their battery voltage curve is very flat, which means the car's battery management system has a hard time knowing exactly how much charge is left. Charging to 100% regularly allows the BMS to recalibrate and give you accurate range estimates. Using the 80-20 rule on an LFP isn't harmful, but you do need to charge it to 100% with some regularity, at least once a week or every few days if possible. This helps the battery management system accurately calibrate the battery state of charge, and it will give you more precise range estimates. So if you have an LFP battery, use the 80-20 guidance for daily driving, but make sure to plug in and charge to 100% periodically, and I suggest maybe weekly. The bottom line is this: the 80-20 rule is simple. For daily driving, keep your battery between 20 and 80%. Plug it in whenever convenient. Charge to 100% only when you need the full range. No waiting, no counting, no guilt. Use the smart software that came with your car. Set it and forget it. Stop stressing. If you know someone who is confused, share this video. The misinformation, like the story of the viewer's niece, causes real damage, making EVs seem complicated when they're not. Let's stop letting confusion win. Again, if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and share it with anyone you know who's considering an EV or who already owns one. Let's get the right information out there, and I'll see you out there or somewhere along the route from point A to point B. Keep on charging.